welcome so much to Smart K family, courtesy of Kate mwenyewe hapa. Today I've been given that privilege to introduce the show. My name is Duncan Maigua, and today, of course, someone is just on a hot seat. We are going to be discussing a very controversial topic. And karibu sana to your show.
Thank you so much.
Because of course you can't always ati unataka kutawala hata kama niko wako. You need to allow some people to also come in at some point.
It's true.
Yeah, and of course it's very controversial that I started the show, and it's not my channel. And equally, that's the same way tunataka to discuss a very controversial topic, yeah. And I don't think we're going to agree with you because but anyway, I just
we shall see. Maybe we'll agree.
Maybe we're going to agree. Of course, it's something that has been happening all over the country.
Yeah.
Again, also even internationally, we have seen other presidents. Remember the time Obama came in, he also wanted to try and sort of reinforce that sort of issue to our president and all that. And we remember the then former President Uhuru Kenyatta didn't seem to agree with him. It's the issue to do with lgbtq. It's something that has been so much rampant, and they are saying on social media, yeah, Kate, that that you might be having you can have a husband or a wife who also happens to have a same-sex partner. So yeah, but I think it's just an issue that it's subject to discussion so much. So maybe I don't know. I think you need first to say hi to our
because
viewers.
I have not even greeted my people. Ushaanza topic.
Wakati umepewa nafasi ya kujitawala, you have to do it extensively. So
hi guys, it's me. Najua mlikuwa mmemiss your hi guys.
Na usiende sana, please.
Today at your mother supervision, let me tell you. So hi guys, how have you been doing? It's me here again. So tumeamua tukue na hii topic na hatuguzishi anybody. We are not condemning anybody. We just want to have a
yeah
that one. Mjue kizungu, mimi wacheni niwaambie.
Huko inside tuone namna what.
Mkisikia nimengoa, nimeshrub, please bear with me. Mimi ni Mkikuyu wa Deya, so nitamix. Usinipeleke mbio. Usinipeleke mbio tafadhali.
Hata mimi lazima ni represent watu wa kule Nyeri. Watu wa Nyeri wako represented.
English nayo mnajua kujua. So I think we should start with the discussion.
Yeah, maybe let me ask you a question.
Ask. I'm ready.
I don't want to mention things with what has been happening in the nation and all that. But maybe if I may start somewhere. You have a kid. Maybe she grows up or he grows up. Doesn't matter their gender, or maybe whether they are male or female. They grow up and then they are now teenagers, and this kid comes anakuja anakuambia, you know what, mom, I think don't feel like I like, maybe it is a boy, I don't think I like girls. But I have a good boyfriend. So me, I think kwa sababu hata kuna teacher mwingine wetu alituambia yeye na teacher Julius. I'm not saying anybody but the name Julius is here. Teacher Julius is my wife. And I felt wow, hata mimi ningependa because Tom is my friend, and he's my good boyfriend. I know, remember this is a boy thing, so he's my good boyfriend. I also think, mom, I will bring him so that at least hata mimi I think we can live with him as wife and husband. Don't need kids. Hata hiyo mambo ya pampers and all that. This is a teenager telling you all that. I don't know what would be maybe your first reaction, for instance.
For me, I wouldn't condemn the child. I would first listen to the kid. Umesema hivyo. Kwa nini? Anipatie reasons. This and this. Unajua, let me tell you. For me, I normally say, unajua vitu zingine sisi kama Christians tunasema hiyo ni shetani, kama ni mwingine atampeleka, sijui aombewe, sijui afanye nini. But for me, I'll first sit that child down. Nimuulize, umeamua hivi, why? Haya, give yourself some time. Umesema ni teenager, si ndio?
Yeah.
Inaweza kuwa ni hiyo teenager inamsumbua. Maybe bad company, maybe peer pressure. So instead ya kukondemn huyo mtoto ama kumwambia enda na huko, sitaki kusikia hiyo mambo, kama utakuwa huyo sijui nini, wewe mimi hata wewe si mtoto wangu, sijui nini.
Because unaona hapo mimi naweza sema huyo teenager aende akasikiria na huko.
That is where we fail as parents.
Okay.
Because the moment huyo mtoto ukimwachilia, hata kama ulikuwa unataka huyo mtoto change. Haya umekuja umemwambia toka na huko, aenda na hiyo teenager yako, ataenda wapi? Kwa all teenagers. Si ndio? Tuseme for instance anatoa tabia kwa all teenagers. Hizo tabia zitapungua ama zitaendelea kuisha?
Okay, of course zitaendelea.
No, first answer my question. Zitaendelea kuisha ama zitaongezeka?
I think mimi kwanza ziishange nikiwa nimedeal na yeye kwanza.
Na hivyo unajua discipline, unaona hii discipline yenye tunasemanga sijasema ni vibaya ku discipline. It's very a parent. Na ni vizuri sana ku discipline watoto. But si kila behavioral ama kila nini inahitaji hiyo maneno ya ku discipline and all that. Zingine zinahitaji
first sit the child
down. Talk to them. Tell them to give themselves time. Endelea kumuongelesha. Na ile time yenye atakuwa mkubwa pengine afikishe huko 18, afikishe huko 20 na decide this is what I want to do. Well and good. Because let me tell you, most of the decisions that we make sai tukiwa wakubwa, and I normally tell my people that is as a result of things that happened to us tukiwa wadogo. And I normally say mimi I don't judge people. Unaona mimi hata ukisikia wewe ni sijui you are a prostitute, you can't tell me ama nisikie yule ni acha mtumie tu hiyo jina malaya, yule sijui ni gay, yule sijui ni lesbian, before I go judge that person. What happened? What made you come up to that decision?
Into maybe where they are coming from.
Exactly. Because maybe that person kitu ilimhappen come traumatized. That is why maybe even pengine hata huyo kijana wangu unaona hata boarding school things happen nowadays. Maybe he was sodomized and all that. You get? Ama maybe hata mtu akiwa mkubwa unaona kuna watu wenye changing wakiwa hata 25. Maybe the person was heartbroken by a girl. Akasema mimi hata mambo ya wasichana sitaki tena, and he made a decision of going to sasa hapo penye the other side, because they normally say wanaonanga hiyo side like they have that protection, that community is very loving, of which ni kweli by the way. Ile ushirikiano ukiweza angalia, na sijasema mimi ni member
do you want now to say that there is a statement that people say evil is good?
No, I'm not saying evil is good. By the way, I'm a Christian. My grandmother raised me well. Kwa ile PCA
so I think what you're trying to mean is that that sometimes it's simply an issue to do with what they call you are predisposed. You were exposed to some sort of kind of you are exposed to some sort of maybe torture, for instance,
when you are an adult ama
when you are either a kid or when you are an adult.
Umesikia vitu zinaitwa child trauma?
Yeah, I think nimesikia, but I think you can educate us.
Unajua hizo vitu they affect people so much. Like for instance, sasa tuseme tunadwell na hiyo ni LGBTQ. For me, you are tuseme like for example, you are raised by both parents. Wale watu wenye wako na privilege ya kuleziwa na wazazi wote wawili. But now tuseme your father was always beating your mother. Ama the other way around.
So you might
unakuwa na ile mentality ya wanaume si wazuri. Kama mimi nitakuwa na boyfriend ama nitakuwa na bwana awe ananichapa hivi. You see what I'm saying? Haya, another thing, maybe you are raised kuna mwingine nilisikia kwa interview akisema aliraiziwa like kwa environment ya wasichana tupu.
Okay.
Like for example, my neighbor walikuwa wasichana watupu. Yeye akicheza kalongolongo alikuwa anacheza na wasichana. So kwa hiyo kalongolongo lazima kukuwe na mama, kukuwe na baba. Nani atakuwa baba? Bado ni yule msichana. Ndio hao wasichana watakuwa baba. Nani atakuwa brother? Na unajua tukiwa wadogo zile vitu tulikuwa tunafanya. So hiyo feeling aligrow nayo. In fact she came out. Yani right now ndio she needs help. Na si huyo ajai kuwa sodomized, ajai kuwa molested, ajai kuwa anything. But unaona ako ka nini?
That interaction, exactly. That kind of setup.
And the funny part ni eti she aliambia mamake like mamake akiwa sijui class 6 and all that. And the mother was like kumgonganisha na huko kumtoanisha. Yani the only place yenye you are finding inaitwa solace ama inaitwa nini? So solace.
It's only now the same people.
Exactly. So me, I normally, kwanza wazazi, we are failing. We are failing in parenting. We are really failing.
So like we don't have to bash them, go and
yeah, that is not, imagine that is not the right
because
thing.
now
watu wa kusema sijui una disown mtoto. Una disown mtoto kwa nini? Why should you?
No, but Africans, yeah,
that is very wrong.
At the farthest, when you are at the corner with your kid, that is the toughest weapon you always apply. I disown you. You either change or you no longer my son.
Exactly.
You're no longer my daughter.
And I don't think that is the right thing to do.
Okay, so talking about maybe I think you talked about now being predisposed to such kind of circumstances. I think it's very much important, I think, for us to discuss this. I remember when we were in school, there is something we used to be taught. The difference between gender and sex.
They are two different things.
They are two different things. If someone asks you what is your sex, you're supposed to say, I am male or female. If someone asked you whether you what's your gender, you are either supposed to say I'm masculine or feminine. I don't that it is usually used so bad because for sex you don't determine your sex. You are born either male or female. But gender, we used to say that people are gendered. Gender is acquired. You don't become masculine or feminine because of how you are born, but you can either become masculine or feminine because of how you are brought up. So you can be by sex male, but by gender feminine.
Feminine.
You see that? Or you can be female by sex, but on gender you are masculine. So you can be maybe as a boy can grow together with girls so much until now when he comes to the age of maybe teenage or even now a young adult. They tend to become feminine even though they are men.
It's true.
So it's very easy for them, maybe for instance, to feel like being around girls feels so normal.
It's true.
So I need to be around a different sex. So they associate with the opposite gender. You see?
Yeah.
And it happens that the opposite gender is of the same sex with them.
With them, yeah.
You see that? So the issue of predisposed, I think that is true. You are talking the truth. But now this is the point. For it, how far is far? Because huyu mtoto amekuja. Huyu mtoto amekuja and it's like it's a point of no return. To what extent are you supposed to sit them down, and to what extent are you supposed to issue threats? Because you see huyu mtoto kuna ile point amekuja ako like I've made up my mind, mom. I'm not like I'm not telling you for us to discuss, but I'm telling you because that is what I'm saying.
And I'm telling you because I need you to know.
Yes.
I think as a parent, unajua the moment you know that you have done your best, the guilt will be at you. Hata Mungu atajua I have done my best. You get what I'm saying? So hata ikifika mahali wewe umemuongelesha, nimesema like you give him time. And he decides ama she decides that is what she wants to do.
But remember, according to them, it's not a matter of decision, it's how they feel. That's what they say. This is what I'm feeling.
But you can't fight with somebody else's feeling.
So how do you
for example,
because
like
they will say, personally, I'm not
love
attracted. They will say, I'm not attracted to girls.
What are you supposed to do as a parent? Hutaingia kwa hiyo roho umwambie hapana lazima upende wasichana ama hapana lazima upende vijana. You have no otherwise.
But you see now as a parent you have to find a way of getting into your child's heart.
Which way?
You just have to look for a way.
For example, umempeleka kwa mhubiri. Kuna wengine wanasemanga nimempeleka kwa mhubiri. Ameombewa. It is not working. You even take to the relatives ama to the elders, it's not working. So what are you supposed to do? Now mtoto atupangui. Like how do you even give birth and then start disowning a child simply because that child hajakutusi? Unaona? Hajakuja akakuchukulia mali yako ama akakuharibia nyumba and all that. He or she just came out and si lazima kuambie za parent. It's not a must. Ni wangapi wako huko nje wamejificha? So huyu mtoto the respect yenye amekupatia kukuja kukuambia, you should at least appreciate
Okay, so
it's true.
I think moving on, our viewers, you can drop your comments and say what you think about that. I think shortly or soonest we're going to be introducing an SMS code.
You send your
SMS
because
views.
This topic
because
is
I think
very
it's getting hot. Because I think for me, I think for me, before we talk about that discussion, at least the moment you as a kid tells me it's that, I think the very first thing is that we should talk when I've already given you a dose, at least even if it's just a small slap.
And do you think is going to work?
So that no, the moment I slap this kid at least one slap,
that he'll come back to his senses.
Kama alikuwa mlevi anarudi normal. Kwanza kama
and who do you think we should blame?
Kama alikuwa nini kwanza anarudi sober.
Who do you think we should blame?
Okay, I think there's so much we can blame.
We can blame even the society.
There's so much we can blame. We can blame even themselves. We can blame ourselves. We can blame the society. But I think the most important thing you can do in this world is to take responsibility, especially as a parent. Because the moment you give birth to this kid, you need to understand the environment you have brought that kid to. That's step number one.
It's true.
You understand that I have brought this kid to an environment of murderers,
so
an environment of with this and these communities, an environment with this and this religion, an environment with this and these people.
It's true.
That is the environment I've brought this kid
and
into.
You expect that person to turn, or definitely they'll turn out to be
yes,
those
they will
people.
interact. They will interact just the same as mtoto akiweza toka hapo nje kwa plot yenye unaishi wewe kama ukiwa hapo huyo mtoto akitoka anaenda ku meet na watoto wako even in dysfunctional families, and they will find kids who keep saying that mi dad anafanyanga hivi, mi mama anafanya hivi, and that kid will come and hata kuambia, lakini he or she will also observe whether ama nyinyi mko hivyo ama is it something good, you know, and all that. So personally I think the moment you bring that child, you need to understand the environment that you have brought that child into. So the moment you bring that child into that environment, now begin to nurture that child with that in mind. They said that that every day you wake up or in whatever you do, there's someone who said so, that if whatever you do, always do what you are doing with the death in mind.
Because anything
it's a very controversial in his statement. Okay, he never meant that anything can happen, but what he meant was that if you do that with death in mind, you are able to give it all. Because
you don't know tomorrow.
Yes, you don't know tomorrow, and you don't know the kind of impact that you're going to leave if anything happens, for instance. So even when you're raising that kid, you need to raise him or her knowing that there is LGBTQ, there is also something known as murder, there is something known as very many things, and the moment you bring that child in such an environment and with the acknowledgement that is happening within the society, it will be easier.
Yeah, it's true, because he or she will have the exposure.
You have the exposure, you'll be exposed to such some of these people.
And how should you deal without exposure? And you will tell the kid, this is how you should deal with the exposure.
Yeah, no, the problem is this, and I know even our viewers can attest to this. How many times have your parents, if at all you are within our generation, how many times have your parents sat you down to ask you what do you think about gay?
It's true. They don't even want to mention that name.
How many times have your parents sat you down to ask you what do you think about lesbianism?
They don't want to mention those names.
How do you even think of that in your parents' house? Not even mentioning to think about it in your parents' house, especially in an African society.
Wow.
You see that? You are not even allowed to think about it. Yeah? Kama mzazi haezi kukaisha chini ya kuulize kwani mbona haujaolewa, ama akuulize maswali kama hizo, amukae chini ya kuambie the qualities of a good wife ama qualities of a good husband.
Yani you're supposed to know those qualities by yourself.
You come learn, it's simply just unaona mambo ya finances. Hakuna mzazi anakufundisha how to be. You just come to learn yourself, unaenda unakula kidhao pale hivyo. Unajua na kweli hapo sijafika. See that? So I think this is a discussion that really needs to be into the society. Yeah,
especially the parents, by the way.
Yeah, the parents, because to be honest, I don't see myself, Kate, having bringing up a kid and for the next 18 years
and investing
on that kid. Na tuseme tukaa hivi tumeamua na mke wangu hatupati mtoto mwingine. Tumlee alafu hicho kizazi kimalizike na yeye. I think we have to address that in the court of law.
For me,
because mimi mtoto amalize kizazi changu tumezaa akaboy aende aoe another boy.
But nowadays they need children. Kuna vile wanapata watoto hadi vijana, by the way.
But the truth is mtoto si damu yangu.
Hapo na hapo.
Not unless wa adopt. Na wana adopt kama mtoto kakona jina already.
Wow.
Na maybe mimi sorry, nimeleta ma traditions hapa kwa sababu niliwaambia ninarepresent watu wa Nyeri. So nikiwarepresent maybe ninasikia nataka hata mimi niitanishwe. That's what they say even in
God.
So let me ask you a question, yeah, because I think this is also very much important. There is an extent, for instance, that we are in whereby you find leave alone even the issues to do with that ameoa huyu ama ameachana huyu, ako attracted to this person, ako attracted to this person. This is the information that is now going around and the question is it the time that we need to address that from an African perspective? Because you know our African traditions ni tandika mtoto, you know, disown ama at the worst point wewe wachilia kiraana uachilie kiraana tu hivyo kwanza adili nacho ajue kweli wewe ulikuwa mzazi wake. Unaona? So is it time that we now begin to introduce lots of now our traditions to address this issue, ama we should now get along with what they are calling the modern day sort of counseling? Do you think it's time that sasa turudishe the traditional way of dealing with such?
I don't think it's the time for tradition sahi. I think we should get along with these things. Tuzoe to they are in the society.
Tuzoe tu tukae na hizo ma problems.
Exactly, because even hata tukisema tuna deal na hizo hatuta deal nazo, they will always be there. Because pia people from outside wanakuja, the white people they will introduce hizi vitu, they are still within us. So hata ukijaribu ulaani mtoto ama usilaani mtoto, it still doesn't make a difference. I think we should accept hizi vitu ziko, we learn to deal with them, we learn to what am I saying, we learn to stay with them,
okay,
to embrace
but in the same note, in as much as
you do your best, you as a parent do your best, do your best.
So for them who have already decided, okay, let them be. But now for the rest, now we can now nurture the ones who are now
be free with those kids.
Okay,
kuwa free, ongea na kuhusu hizo vitu, msisikie like we see kama wazazi nasema msisikie na mimi ni mzazi. We should be open about these things because they are there. The same way like now unaona kitambo people never used to talk about rape. Kwanza ukisema sijui ati you are raped,
how?
Yani that thing was very shameful.
How are you even getting
raped? But nowadays hiyo imekuwa kitu people can talk about. You see, people can like
and even look for a solution.
Exactly. That is it. Let's talk about this LGBTQ thing and look for a solution.
Okay.
Because pia you are raped tumeongelea. See, people are still being raped.
Yeah. Okay, because I know of circumstances. Okay, personally, have ever once been approached by someone who was gay, who happened to be gay, but the feeling of what do I call it? There is a sort of feeling of vulnerability. You feel so vulnerable. You begin to feel you are in danger. You know,
anything can happen. Don't know what is happening. Yeah, of course, but hii kazi yetu tu ya camera and someone wants go come, I want you to come, we shoot some sort of a video, and then the moment we begin to shoot this video, let me tell you, number one, that video has lots of LGBTQ, and I was like, what? Excuse me. So, but and then like, are you going to back down?
And then he was like, you can even join us, but then be also be part of. Then I was this cannot. I felt so much in danger. I felt so much exposed. Because I think
the guy was very open. You can also join us.
Yes. Okay. By then it wasn't a big deal. You think that he was shying off?
And you had a choice.
Yeah, I had a choice, exactly. Of course, and I mean, even from how I've been brought up and have come to learn about even nature, yeah. Rarely do you even find the animals. There was a time I remember we were with a friend of mine and we walked and he kept saying that hey, nasikia kujisaidia. Na mimi ilifika mahali kama si wende tu pale kwa bush, you just go stand and finish your business. And he told me, I cannot pee like an animal, you know. Anywhere. I cannot pee anywhere like an animal. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes quite some sense. But this is the question: if animals themselves won't go for the same sex, why would we even humans being do that? Don't you think that is even pathetic? I think it's something also, in as much as we are nurturing those who we learn how to live with these other people. Don't you think that is, we also need to address them and tell them, I think, no, what you're doing is
it's wrong, eh?
Yeah. Is
it's true.
Are we supposed even to approach them and try to tell them that no, what you're doing is not?
Yeah, but you know, the moment kwanza hao watakangi kuambiwa, you approach somebody, it's my life, like haven't you seen them addressing on social media? And I'm like, it's okay, it's their life, there is nothing you can do about it.
So
so for me nasema wacha ikue. If you want that, just be.
Okay, me, I think ukienda kubii na huko, I'll first have to deal with you.
Me personally, fangu siwezi kufukuza mtoto wangu simply because I'll embrace that child. I love that child. Tuseme like for instance, nime discover for example nini imefanya uchange, nini imefanya take that decision. If it's something that we cannot rectify, even kitu imeharibika, and I've tried my best. Unajua alafu you are trying your best to mtoto bado akiwa close to
you. Well, of course, because
you never know, maybe anaweza change. But the moment ukimsonganisha na huko, msukumanishe na huko, how are you even going to talk to the kid? How will even the kid change? And I feel a lot of hatred. Just bring him or her close. Asipo change ni sawa. Aki-change, you never know.
Because of course there is an age at which you cannot get full control of your kid.
Exactly. Itafika na ndio maana nilisema kama vile ulisema teenager, that time lete mtoto close. Tembea na yeye kwa hizo safari. Ikifika mahali kwa miaka zingine maybe 25, 26 huko, muachilie, but he or she still your child. Na hiyo tumemaliza. That topic kaput.
You know, I still don't understand why. I still don't understand why you finishing my show.
Because I don't want us to have this discussion again. And let me tell you, know, these people who have never been through me, I've been through torture. I've been through childhood trauma. I've been a victim of this or rape and all that. So I know. I understand what you're saying.
It's not that anybody
they can make you, yeah, exactly. Zinaweza kufanya ukue mtu, yani you are even wondering, is this me? By the time you're coming back to your senses, zile vitu umefanya. So ndio maana mimi huwa siwablame. Na ndio maana unaonanga wengine they do those things, but by the end of the wanangedi mtu alikuwa pengine hiyo gena anaenda kukua pastor.
True.
By the time unamaliza kupata hiyo, unasikia you are like, now the time Mungu anakuja kudeliver and all that, you even wondering, guy, was that me? You see? That is why, yani, not unless you have been in such a situation, ama you have been something yenye imekuwa traumatizing kwako, you cannot understand. That is why I understand these people better.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Talking about understanding, that's why we're going to come to the end of this show. And indeed, we agree with
you agree with me. Yes, thank you.
Indeed, we need to create a platform at which we are going to be discussing all these. And of course, if you have a kid or you know of anybody who would maybe have gone through that direction, which most of us, even in our community, religion, we consider it as perversion. I think we need to create a platform at which we can talk to them, at which we can talk to them and agree on the right path that people are supposed to follow.
Hata kwa kanisa msiwafukuze kwanza.
We need to talk to them.
Exactly. Waite hao wenye wametokea kwa kanisa. As a pastor, bring those sheep. You talk to them. Acha nisiongee tena sababu tutaanza discussion nyingine hapa.
Well, of course, that one now comes, as we just had discussed, that comes with different reasons. Some of them is being predisposed to some of these circumstances that can end you up into such kind of a life. So I think on behalf of the family, Smart K family, I think it was a pleasure hosting the show.
Welcome.
And,
Am I supposed to say welcome? Welcome.
thank you. So it has been a pleasure. I think this is a discussion that you can also make sure that doesn't end here. You can continue to drop your comments down there. Make sure you subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. And I am wanting to assure you that Smart K Family is the next big thing that we're going to be seeing. And of course, we are looking for that's going to come to the big screens very soon. And make sure you subscribe, you share the videos. That is the best that you can give it. We need to grow together. And of course, that's why we have a pool of subscribers. So be one, bring another. And by that, we are going to grow together. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.